Social services in Delaware County. I don't even like the way you ask me questions. Do your kids help you? Do your boys help you? Do your sons help you? No, they don't. They help themselves. It's called becoming independent. Nope. They don't help me. My sons can cook. Well, I taught all my children to cook. With Gordon Ramsay and Emeril Lagasse. Way back then, remember Britney? I taught all of my children to cook. My sons can put a rack of ribs in the oven with a good rub on them. They can marinate chicken, make speedies. I taught all my kids to cook. Chili. They can all make a sunny side up egg without breaking the yolk. Yeah, techniques. Names, the proper names of the equipment that you use for cooking. Yeah. No, my sons don't help me. We work together as a family, and they're learning to help themselves. So can we refrain from phrasing it that way from anymore? Is that possible? Why do you want to raise my sons to be helping women? They don't have to. That's not their job. No, it is their job in a family to take part and help themselves. No, I'm not raising a Delaware County dirtbag that just wants a woman at home to beat on and boss around and demand with God that she has to ask permission. No, I'm not. I'm raising sons to be independent, to look for independent women, because they are not going to be taken care of. That's bullshit. They can cook, clean, pick up after themselves. Isn't that amazing? Isn't that crazy? Delaware County. All the fucking bullshit that you have heard. Wait till you meet my boys. And you know who did that? Me. All by myself. I don't care what kind of credit my daughter Brittany wants to take of anything that she's ever done in our household. She is nothing but destructive. The only thing I needed from her was a fucking ride. Right? Social services. Until now, that I need back surgery. And I turned myself in because we were living in a shithole. You did nothing, Dave Biddle. Did you write in there how there was no doorknob and we couldn't even get out of that goddamn apartment and that's why I didn't pay my rent? Dave Biddle. CPS Dave. Joan Stoned. Did you write in there how you couldn't even get yourself out of the door and you got all frantic and panicky and I told you to calm down, you just have to work at it for a minute? And I said to you, yeah, imagine if there was a fire. That's why I ended up taking the doorknob off? Did you tell anyone about any of that in your little report? Joan Stoned. Why did you give my personal information to Dale Beadle? Who is he? I don't even know him. He's garage guy that I asked a couple times, how do you get access to the garage so I could store stuff so Meth Head Harry and his whore and their kids would quit touching our stuff. She rolled my son's lawnmower to her car, trying to get the gas out of it to start it as we watched her from the third-story window. And I went down the stairs and I said, give me that. What are you doing? Stop touching our stuff. I reported them for all the medical equipment that I was missing from downstairs. My medical supplies. I reported it to the police, and you know what they did? They laughed at me. They did nothing. But my sons are a bad influence. So no wonder they weren't going to help, because they don't sell drugs, right? That's the bad influence. Because my kids don't carry guns. They don't carry knives. Because it was cute for the whole town to pick on my sons, including you parents. We know what your kids are saying. We hear it. They say it to us. Even when I'm walking with my kids, I'm at the park with my kids, just like I told you the little story about Cadence. Well, my dad says, yeah, we hear it too, Walton. You didn't know that, did you? Your kids have big fucking mouths. Baptist church. You think you don't know? Excuse me, you think we don't know what you say about us? Your kids tell us. Baptist church. From the mouths of babes. Someone needs to start talking about that Walton school and what the fuck's going on over there. You people know. And by you sitting there and keeping your mouth shut, you're a part of it. And I am not going to shut up about it. I am not shutting up about any of this. I'm not going to your stupid ass motherfucking therapy telling me to just accept it. No, I'm not accepting any of this. No. Keith Weaver, you let John Banks slip through your fingers the first time, and you destroyed my life. You ripped my heart out, and you crushed my soul. And then on top of it, you allowed him to destroy my reputation. Keith Weaver. And I have lived with this shit over my head ever since of his fucking lies. And he is a goddamn pedophile, and you let him get away with it. It only makes me question social services, how many of you over there are, that you just allow this to happen and turn your heads. And now he has my grandchildren? Oh, hell goddamn no. I ain't accepting shit. Fuck you, Green, Shenango County. What's your involvement in all this with Kevin Fritchler, police department? I know lots. My kids have big fucking mouths, and I've heard this shit their whole lives. And you know what we did? Tried to go to counseling, tried to call social services. We should have got out of the area. But I wouldn't have been able to, because they wouldn't have let me. Because I wouldn't be able to take my kids. They'd have been left to the wolves in Green with John and Jennifer, with me not running my mouth the whole time, the whole goddamn time, to every counselor, to every friend I've ever had, to every social worker I've ever contacted, to every goddamn police officer, law enforcement, to the RIT guys when they were here. Everyone. I tell everyone, and I've told them my whole life, and my story's never changed, John. And you know what I have now? Not only am I armed with the same truth that I was then, I have witnesses. I have documentation. John. Jennifer, you dirty little cunt. You called me when he abused your son, threw him in that bathtub of cold water that Shanda reported. I had nothing to do with any of it. I wasn't even around. I wasn't with him anymore. You were. I finally got away from him. And because of you, he quit stalking me Thank you. Well, kind of. I mean, I always used the kids to find out what I was doing, calling people that I was hanging around. I never could have any friends. He always knew exactly what was going on. Always has his fingers into social services. Runs his kids' lives. Does the same thing to Nathan. Every time Nathan gets a job, John has to call the boss or the owner or his supervisor, manager, whatever the case may be, make friends with that person, and then rip Nathan apart, and then Nathan gets fired. Just like him and Jennifer have done to Ashley. They never wanted Ashley around. They went and had family pictures taken with Ashley excluded. They went on family trips, and punishment was coming to my house. That was punishment. And the one year, John got pissed because Justin and I took Ashley to the Walton Fair instead of sitting home with her. Because she was being punished. For what? God only knows. She didn't sneak money out of Jennifer's purse the right way to go give him money so he could buy cigarettes. God only knows. He touched her again, and he was afraid that she was going to tell Jennifer. She knew better than to tell me. God only knows. Who sexually abused Stephanie? Was that you, Justin? Or was that you, John? Or was that some rando that Emily had hanging around? I couldn't see Stephanie, could I, Justin? But you left her to the wolves with Pasqueezy and Emily? Have you ever sat down with your daughter and listened to what they've done to her? No, because you won't listen. No. No matter what Stephanie says, no matter what Stephanie does, but what about my feelings? Right, Justin? Isn't that why I kicked your ass out? Because you were on the phone with your mother? I just want to go get a girlfriend. I can't handle this. It's too much. Ever heard that, Emily? How about you, Kat? Or does he know better than to say that out loud now and he just does it? Isn't that how he found you, Kat? He was still with Emily then. You guys are disgusting. And you've attacked me all these years, Justin. And now your new thing is, I'm not allowed to talk to Stephanie about anything. But you keep telling her I'm stupid, I'm retarded, because I'm autistic. Justin. When in fact, you were the one that rode the blue bus and was in the retard room in Michigan. Isn't that true? With your ADHD. So I guess you're classified too. Too bad your classification doesn't come with high functioning, asshole. Nah, 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 nah. If we're gonna get all childish and shit, Justin. Oh, I found my eyelash, by the way. I put it right on my tit. Justin. No, I'm not shutting up. Not about any of it. Nope. John Banks, you destroyed my life, and you used social services to do it. And you all have been stalking me ever since. And anybody I have tried to be with since you interfere directly with them or using our kids. Our daughters have accused every man I've been with of sexually touching them, except you. Except when they were toddlers. Every man I've been with, they've accused this of. Even you, Justin. Did you know that's what Brittany said? Maybe it's because they won't face what happened with their dad, so they don't know good touch from bad touch. Maybe when he was sneaking them around the corner, giving them M&Ms, like a true groomer, his own kids, telling them, don't listen to mom. She's so mean. I caught him actually doing this a few times. He literally would do this. I didn't quite understand grooming completely back then. I didn't know what it was called, but I definitely told him, stop telling them not to listen to me. Didn't I, John? Now, either I use corporal punishment or and I'm strict and I won't let them do anything and they live this totally sheltered life and blah 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 blah. Now that's in half the reports that they get. But then the other half of the reports are, I'm just this complete mess, I don't take care of them, I just abuse them. Now I got accused of, it's in this paperwork I got, not feeding them. When in fact, you can see, and it's documented on some of the pictures that I've already put up on Facebook, the weight my kids would lose at John's house, and then they'd come to my house and plump back up. But it's in my permanent record that social services won't address, won't even think about correcting. Will you? I don't even give a fuck. Your permanent record is trash. It means nothing to me whatsoever. Nothing. It's garbage. It's lies. You can indicate me on whatever you want. It doesn't make it true. You get to just say whatever you want. Then that's what everyone goes by. And not only do you write bullshit in people's records, you talk behind their backs. And I caught the whole glimpse of it, if anyone wants to look through my videos, when I recorded everyone in the vestibule talking about everyone behind their backs. They're called clients, I was informed today. I thought they were just called jokes. Thank you for correcting me. School marm. So you're the new one that's going to take on my case? What are you going to do? Whip me into shape? Why are you asking me if I'm comfortable with my doctor? Are you guys going to try to talk me out of back surgery? That's your new angle? You're paying for this, Delaware County, one way or another. You did this to me in my life. Yes, I made the poor, poor decision of not listening to my parents and marrying a serial pedophile, an abusive serial pedophile, and I fought like hell to get away from him. And do you know how I did it? By myself, because you fuckers wouldn't help me at all. And then once I got away from him, and I got my kids free, I got away with my kids, you sent them back for Stockholm Syndrome. Delaware County. Keith Weaver